Hey Outlaws, Throttle Jockey here again, and somebody asked me in Discord for the tune for this thing the other day, and I hadn't actually realized that I had not posted this already. I've had it for a long time. I thought I had done this, but I guess maybe not. I didn't see it in my videos, so I kind of just painted it a rusty brown. You know, it's an old rusty pickup. Put some of the rusty stripes down it. You know, I don't even remember how I painted it like that. It's not too hard to do that kind of a paint job though. But these are cool. I like these. They look like old, you know, wooden spoked wheels. They're pretty cool. I like them. So uh, you can see which rims they are. I I just made them as big as I could and put narrow, super narrow, old looking tires on it. Um, Stuck a gun rack and the horns off the front. The old tube style bumper. You can't put that one on the rear of this. I really wish you could. This thing would look awesome with that tube bumper on the rear too. Uh, and you know, it's got the stock solid axle suspension on it. So let me see. I'll go through the upgrades here. So it's all fully upgraded for the power, grip, weight, and durability. I think it might be diesel swapped. Yeah. So it's got a diesel in it. I'm sure it's turboed. And of course, I put the e-brake on it. And it's an automatic, but I pretty much use automatic on everything. Um, yeah, tuning. So it's you know, kind of a old style, little bit bouncy. It's appropriate for this kind of a thing. Axis width in the front is 0.03, tucked inside the fenders. Damping is 1000, so I just left the damping at stock where it was. You can see I haven't upgraded it very much. The leaf spring thing I left alone, that's actually the shackles. I left that alone, it looks like, and that. And I left that alone. Stiffness is 32,000 in the front, and travel is 0.18. In the rear, axis width is 0.04. Just matched it up with the front, close as I could. Damping is 1,000 again. Left that alone. No rear steering. Left that alone and left that alone. And I left that alone. Stiffness is 38,000 in the rear, and travel is 0.18. That might be the exact same as the front. Yeah. 32, 38. A little stiffer in the rear. And just make it sit close to level. Or actually, it looks like it's angled just a little bit up in the rear, but you know. Huh. Look at that. I gotta do that again. I might need to change something a little. I haven't driven this in a long time. One of the things I like doing is I'll just go into that and back out and just watch how it settles. That's alright. It's kind of out of the frequency is different. Let me do that again so you can see it. I'll just watch the frequency of how the shocks settle. And you can see the rear settles before the front. And it kind of does this little bit of a wave thing. But, you know, for something like this, yeah, I think I'll just leave that alone. I could increase the rear damping just a hair, actually, and get rid of that weird off frequency thing. Let me do that real quick. And maybe you'll see some of my tuning techniques here. Hey, wait, we got mismatched shocks. The front ones are red and the rear ones are blue. Let's take care of that too. So rear shocks, just find something that matches. Oh, we don't have it. Okay, Well, maybe we'll change these ones. Oh, my shocks to match. There we go. Well, I don't know, those don't look right on it. It should have that kind of shocks on it. Older style. Screw it. I guess I just get red and blue shocks. That's the way it is. So, let's see. I'm going to bump the rear damping just a hair here. We'll try 1250 or something. 1260. See how that goes. That's closer. Rear damping. We'll try. Yeah, we'll try that. So the front's definitely got a little more movement to it, but now at least we're in sync in the same frequency, and that'll affect how it handles a bump. If you're cruising at any kind of speed and hit a little bump, that just having the shocks bounce in the same frequency will help a lot. So I'm going to do it one more time. Take another look. Yeah, that's pretty close. I like matching frequencies. It's a good thing for suspension to do. Let's see. I got the trailer. Yeah, we might as well take the trailer out and make sure it tows well. I'm sure it does. I'll just put the mud Jeep on it. Take it to Woodlands or something, mess around a little bit. A good place to try it out. Oh, my controller just turned itself off. Pardon me. I think I might take today off and play a little bit. It's Sunday, right? I've been replacing the whole garden fence, and it's kind of kicking my ass. I think it might be time for a rest day today. It's a weekend day, probably a good day to do a stream or something. Rest my body a little bit. Come on, man. Load thyself. Is it stuck? No, okay. So let me get a look at how it sits with the trailer on it. Hey, it looks pretty good. It's not bad at all. Whoa! Oh God! It's hard to drive like this, looking sideways at stuff. I just tipped my trailer over. There we go. Drag the sucker back down. Get rid of this thing. It's probably going to be pretty bouncy, you know. It's an old sucker. Stiff springs. I mean, not super stiff relative to a lot of things in the game. I mean, you can get crazy high stiffness on this in the game. But with the low damping, it makes it act like it's got, you know, a good stiff spring without kind of old style, you know, pretty weak shocks really. And of course, I had to put a bunch of beer kegs in the back. I like the flatbed too, though. Oops. But I like beer too, so. Let's see, I guess I should go find something to test it on as far as let's go up here to where the obstacles are. I bet these skinny tires do pretty good in the mud. I haven't driven this thing in quite a while, but oh yeah. Well, it started to want to take off there for a minute. Well, you'd think these super skinny ones would just dig right down to the bottom and grab, but I guess it really is just a matter of stiffness. If you have the stiffness all the way up, your tires do differently in the mud, which is odd. But, you know, it's a game. They're not going to get everything right. Shaking up all the beer. It's going to be really foamy. I'm surprised. You know, I wonder how many times, like, an old keg like that just busts open. Old wooden kegs. Or maybe they're just not, I don't know. Are they pressurized like a new keg? I mean, you get an aluminum keg, they're under some pressure. I mean, especially when you pump them up. But I don't even know if the old ones are like that or not. I think I might put the flatbed back on this. I don't know. We'll see. Let's go find something kind of steep here and see how it does just pulling up a hill. Well, made that one no problem. Trying to go find something a little steeper here. Should we try some rock crawling with it? On the way? See how it does? I mean, it's not going to go up a big edge like that, obviously. But it might go up this. Just maybe. No. I bet it would if I could just get my tires up on it. That's always the hard part. Just getting started up, stuff like that. I got my winch sticking out the front a little bit on the bumper. Oh, come on. Oh, shit. I almost had it. There we go. Yeah, maybe not. Oh, shoot. I bet it might if I sat here and fought with it for long enough. But so the thing about the winch is one thing that kind of bothers me about the way they place everything, or they place the winch on everything with the whole entire winch sticking out in front of the bumpers. Like even if you put the bumper option on it, that's like the full wraparound bumper that's all made out of plate steel. The only thing that's supposed to stick out in front of those is the fairlead on the front of the winch. The whole winch motor and the spool on that kind of a bumper is inside the bumper, and the only thing that sticks out front is the fairlead. That's, you know, this little roller thing on the front. It's called the fairlead. And the way they stick them out front really reduces your approach angles to stuff. I really wish they would stick that at least on that bumper that's the type where they're supposed to be mounted inside. Stick the winch inside the bumper. Because, you know, you would never mount a winch like that. I mean, you know, you're trying to increase the functionality of the vehicle, make it go more places with a winch. And you put that thing sticking all the way out front like that, decrease your approach angle, and it defeats the purpose a bit. Alright, let me go over and find a steep hill just to try and drive up and see how it does. And then I'll end this and post it before it gets too long. Whoa! Boy, I'm surprised I didn't roll it over there. That'd be a travesty. Roll over, dump all the beer out. Actually, that'd be pretty cool if the kegs all dumped out when you rolled it over. Make a bigger yard sale. I know there's a steep hill over here somewhere. Like headed up toward the rock bridge from this other side, I think. Yeah, there it is. So I should be able to drive it up this until it fails at going up at some point, I would think. Put it in low gear. Let's see, at some point it should start just sliding out. Yeah. Starting to lose traction. Oh, it's doing pretty good, really. Still got a little bit. And there, that's it. I don't know if you guys have ever done something like this in real life when you're going up a really steep hill and you don't make it to the top. When you start backing down, things can get hairy. Especially if you have to like turn and back down something really steep. Depending on, you know, what kind of rig you're in, it's a pretty easy way to roll. So, that's the old farm truck. I think I will put the flatbed on it. And it looks great covered in mud. Man, I love these wheels and tires on it. It's just an awesome old, rusty old farm truck. The horns. I like this thing. Hope you guys like it. See you in the next one. Alright, I decided to do an addendum to my video. I'm in here in the customization, flipping through the bed types. I was thinking about doing the flatbed, but again, the flatbed has the same thing where you can't put a bumper on the rear. I was really hoping to put the tube bumper on the rear. And I kind of don't like it as much, so flipping through this, I really wish we had some like wooden bedside that we could stick on this, like, you know, old wooden bed would be awesome. But I think I'm gonna go with just the regular bed. I like the style of the runner, you know, the, what do you call it, the bed rails with this tube along it, and then I can put the nice old style double tube bumper on the rear. It would be really cool with some wooden bedsides on it, but this will have to do. So that's what I'm gonna go with. See you later.